Did you know? Donaldson adapted her story of the Gruffalo from a Chinese folktale. In the Chinese version, a girl tells a tiger that she's the queen of the jungle and invites the tiger to walk with her so he can see it for himself. Welcome. Today we are looking at a legendary children's book from the Children's Book Hall of Fame, The Gruffalo. Who better to help us think through the Gruffalo story than a second grader, our very own 8-year-old Sophie.
Hey everybody!
Sophie, would you say The Gruffalo is one of your favorite children's books?
Yeah.
What are some other favorites?
Go Dog Go, Put Me in the Zoo, A Flyer Went By, Goodnight Moon. Those were pretty much like my top 5.
If you want to follow along, there's some links below for handouts and slides. Let's do it. Author background: Julia Donaldson wrote The Gruffalo. She grew up in
London.
She loved poetry and plays since she was a little girl. She studied drama at the famous
Bristol University.
She wrote poetry, songs, plays, and then turned to educational plays and children's books in the 90s. Her best known work is
The Gruffalo,
which was both a play and a book. She went on to write 14 more children's plays, some of which were sequels to The Gruffalo, and some of which were also turned into books. The Gruffalo, written in 95 as a play, then promoted as a children's book. It was a huge success. It sold over
10 million copies and being translated into 40 languages. It is by far Donaldson's best-selling book.
I'd say the age range sweet spot is kindergarten through first grade, but kids that are younger can definitely enjoy The Gruffalo as well as kids that are older. Themes in the book include
Deception,
survival,
wit,
predator and prey.
cleverness.
Did you know? Donaldson adapted her story of the Gruffalo from a Chinese folktale. In the Chinese version, a girl tells a tiger that she's the queen of the jungle and invites the tiger to walk with her so he can see it for himself. Other animals are afraid of the tiger, but the tiger thinks they're afraid of the girl, and so he fears the girl as well. All right, Sophie, this being one of your favorite books, let's see how well you know it. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Some of these questions are recall questions to see what you remember, and some of these are higher order thinking questions to see if you can think deeply and imagine and come up with new ideas. First question, how would you describe the Gruffalo?
Poisonous wart at the end of his nose, purple spikes, large, scary, a black tongue, horns, and claws.
That's great. Question 2, what different animals posed a threat to the mouse?
A snake, a fox, a owl,
And a Gruffalo maybe?
and a gruffalo.
At what point did the mouse realize that he was wrong about the Gruffalo being only a made-up creature?
After he told himself, after he tricked the snake, there's no such thing as a gruffalo. Oh, at that part.
So when he actually saw it with his own eyes.
Yeah.
How is it that the mouse's description of a Gruffalo is so accurate? Have you ever thought about that?
No, but I have a wild guess. I think the gruffalo is just part of his imagination and that the other animals are just playing along.
That is an interesting theory. I have another theory. Maybe there's been legends of the Gruffalo and some people said they've seen it and they've described it, but the mouse only thought it was make-believe until he saw it for himself. Is the mouse smart? Is the mouse honest? Is the mouse something else? What do you think?
The mouse, he lies a lot.
So not honest.
Kind of smart, kind of. Trickster and lies. A little smart.
Got it. The Gruffalo is not a real animal. But what real animal could it represent?
A bear?
What other small, vulnerable animal could have played the role of the mouse in this story?
Turtle.
Ooh, turtle's a good one. I'm going to say a bird, like a robin.
Or a bunny.
Ooh, bunny's a good one too. How about a squirrel?
Or a lizard.
Nice. What if a large grizzly bear would have run into this Gruffalo? Who would have been scared of whom?
I think they'd both just knock each other out.
What if the Gruffalo would have realized that the mouse was tricking him? How could the ending have been different?
He would have just stomped on him, cooked him, then ate him.
That's a gruesome ending. I'm glad the story ends the way that it does. All right, Sophie, rank it. The Gruffalo for readability. So we have a rubric 1 through 4. How difficult or easy is it to read or follow along? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
4. Very easy to read or follow along.
Now rank it for thought provocation. Is it thought-provoking? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
2. Few deep or thought-provoking things.
Rank the Gruffalo for the quality of illustrations. You've seen a lot of children's books. How good are the illustrations?
3. The illustrations are somewhat significant, helpful, and or impressive.
And rank it for relevance. So is this book easy to relate to or not?
3. This book is somewhat easy to relate to.
How do you relate to it? Have you ever had a situation like this?
Probably not, but I could imagine how it would be.
Gotcha. Now rank it for timelessness. Do you think this book will be popular for years to come, or will it be short-lived?
3 again. This book will probably still be very popular years from now.
You got time for a quick family feud on the Gruffalo?
Yeah.
All right, Sophie. Here is the question. What rhymes with gruff?
Tough.
Survey says. Number 3 answer.
Buff.
She says buff. Number 6 answer. Keep going.
Huff and puff.
Ooh, did you get that from the 3 Little Pigs?
Yep.
Number 4 answer. 3 more. Can you get them?
Fluff.
Fluffy pillow. Number 5 answer. 2 more.
Stuff.
Of course, and that is our number 1 answer. Can you get number 2?
Nah, I've had enough.
Enough. You're right. That is the number 2 answer. Nice job.
Okay, that was... Yay!
Hey, it was really cool talking to you about the Gruffalo. Thanks so much for being here.
Amazing. Thank you for inviting me.
Love you lots.
Love you too.